Okay, we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Poker the broadcast. And for this episode,
Hello.
we will focus on Polana. And here with us today is the main members from the Polana team. They are Marius, Luke, and the Boy Mass, and the three core members from Polana team. Welcome you guys to join us today.
Thank you very much.
Welcome, Kiss.
Hello, hello.
Thank you very much. Hello.
Yeah, cool. And uh, I'm very excited for the conversation for today because it's exciting for Polkadot because we launched the Polkadot Hub and the EVM and the PVM smart contract. EVM and the PVM got deployed, and the gem is under the way. And now our most anticipating Polana have major progress. So it's very exciting to explore more on our conversation today to know that what will happen when Polkadot plus Polana. So I think we hear some background noise. And could you guys do you mind mute your microphone when you are not speaking? Yeah. Okay, getting much better. So I think to set up the context for our conversation, the first part I will invite Boy Mass, the founder of Polana, to give us some background information about why Polana choose to bring Solana compatibility to Polkadot. What was the spark behind the decision?
Hello, everybody. Yeah. So why we decided actually to start building Polana was because we have this beautiful technology on the Polkadot ecosystem, and the new technology we're building as a set of teams, which is the Jam protocol. And of course, when you're implementing the Jam protocol, right, and you're really deep into the matter, you start noticing some really interesting opportunities, right? And Jam is a whole new beast. We've never seen something like this in the blockchain space before, especially not in bandwidth wise, because we're talking about, let's say, a factor of 200 times the bandwidth of Solana, and even more of Ethereum on compute. And so I've been actually like kind of traveling on multiple ecosystems actually in the blockchain space. So I've have an arbitrage company on Ethereum. I've done, let's say, EOS, the EOS network. Let's say that was my first entry. But to summarize, let's say I visited a lot of different ecosystems and also Solana, and I saw a very strong match between kind of the technology of Solana and let's say and how it could be deployed actually on this new Gem, let's say, implementation. So from this, actually, let's say I met, let's say, Luke in, let's say, Portugal, and then we started actually deciding actually, we started talking about, okay, what are the possibilities here, right? And we saw this beautiful match between Solana on one side, which has like all the tooling and development activity at the moment, right? A lot of liquidity, a lot of activity, and also a very, let's say, easy way to get kind of, let's say, decentralized programs deployed, let's say, on chain, right? And let's say Solana ecosystem has invested a lot in development, let's say, developer tooling, developer onboarding, and let's say it has a very nice wallets, right? It's very streamlined, right? So actually, so out of our conversations with me and Luke, we actually started designing like, okay, so how can we combine these both of the, say, the best of both worlds, right? We got the sophisticated, elegant implementation of the Jam protocol and the Polana technology, right? With the essentially very alive and active Solana community, and that's actually why we decided to, let's say, start an R&D project, getting let's say Solana programs to run essentially on the Gem network, right? And so we started, I think, like 9 or 10 months ago, let's say, and now we have already covered some some ground, let's say, in making this a reality.
Okay, thanks for sharing. I think why uh, we start an idea, decide where to go, but who execute the idea, decide how fast the idea can realize. So I think the team member also is also a very very important part for Polana to get realized. So I think next, how about we know more about each team members. First, let's start from Marius and community building. Community is very important, but it's also it's not only I want to build a community, then the community will be attracted to your project. There's a lot of experience and a lot of patience and work to do. Firstly, could you tell us that could you tell us more about your background? Why you choose to join Polana, and what did you do before, and why did you what was your experience before helped you to contribute the work to the Polana?
Yeah, so first of all, me and Boy, we are really close friends for many years already. And I started in crypto in about 2017. I started in with mostly with Steam blockchain back then, because I love creating content, all about community and talking to people and communication. Um, it Steam fit my profile very much. I really enjoyed the platform,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like focusing a lot on the community. But um, in 2020, Steam was hit by Justin Sun, who was trying to take over the blockchain. And what happened, it was actually incredible, and that kind of taught me a lot about community and the power of the community is when the whole community came together
Mm-hmm.
and we forked from Steam to Hive, which is right here. And we created, as a community, we created our own blockchain. So what I'm trying to say is the power of the community is so important in any project. And I believe myself that that's like a foundation of a project is the community eventually. And of course, the key factors like transparency, being transparent to your community, telling, not playing around, like going, just tell the truth. They will understand, and always always update them on everything that you do. So one day, Boy called me up and he said, "Hey, listen, I have this project," and so he explained me a little bit how it works and what he's building. And what was the most interesting for me is like doing everything from the start, just building everything from the start. That's what it's like. I can finally put my ideas, my knowledge, my experience, kind of everything what I wish I would, I could do. I can put it into this new community and build something, because that makes you feel really great and amazing when you really create something, right? For a developer, it is usually when they create this system and it's working, and for them it's like the acknowledgement of achieving it. The same like for me, who's a content creator and loves community, is like really building a strong foundation.
Mm-hmm.
um, so um, so yeah, mostly of the experience about or regarding the community comes from Hive, and I really in Hive we are more than a community. We're like friends because we see each other many times. Some of us like become like really close as family, and that feeling I wanted to bring to Polana. And I'm sure now people from Polana community are now checking this stream. So I want to say thank you guys for checking the stream. You're amazing. I'm really, really sure they're there, and they are very supportive. And you know, imagine this. We are building something
Mhm.
and we cannot share every step because it was kind of still we were not sure what we did is going to work, right? So there's so little updates that we can give to the community, but it was so amazing that community kept on supporting us whether we were not able to give them updates which we knew, but we were not able to do that because we cannot how you call it, we cannot promise them, but we're not sure that it's going to happen, so we have to be transparent, and that's what helps a lot in a community. The transparency is key, right?
Mm.
And everybody were crazy supportive with everything we do till today, and I'm sure now they're checking the stream and they're going to find out what the hard work that the developers put into this project. Yeah, it's truly amazing.
Mm. Yeah, transparent for the community is uh, the core value for building a Web3 community. However, the Web3 is evolving very fast. The narrative, the vibe has already changed a lot. So I think the community members are also, changing a lot. So could you take us, behind the scene? Uh, what were the early days actually like, and what surprised you most? Because building a community from zero is never easy.
I'll tell you the truth is that once I came into okay, Boy started this Discord channel, and many Web3 projects are on Discord, and that's the main place where the community hangs out. Um, and Boy posted something on X from Polana Network that kind of activated people to start coming in to Discord channel. So I don't know, we got, I think, a bit lucky that some of important people saw the tweet and that they started popping up in the Discord channel. So eventually what happened is we started talking to everybody and understanding why they came into the Discord channel. Um, and we knew we had to create some kind of system that will keep them busy, activated, to keep them just talking and engaging, and etc., etc. And Boy created this very cool community dashboard where our community can earn Polana points.
Uh-huh.
Polana points is for, like, let's say somebody comes to the Discord channel, all they have to do is write GM, good morning, and they get some amount of Polana points. Then Boy created a special referral system where people can invite others, and they get also Polana points. Then, as well as I do, we all know that on Discord we have a crazy amount of bots. So we are never sure who is real, who is not real. It is just insane. So what Boy did was he's like, hey, I have this idea. Why don't we, together with the community, start looking for all these bots and start banning them? And for doing that, they will be earning Polana points, which is brilliant. So he created this small game where Polanians, I call our community Polanians, could say, okay, this is a bot, and this is why this is a bot. And if 10 people will acknowledge it, say, yeah, this is a bot, then it's going to be banned and everybody gets rewarded. So it was a beautiful system. And this is so community based. It's not like we decide, but we as a community decide who is a bot, who is real, and etc., etc. And then eventually we made some stricter rules when you are coming into the server. We got the humanoid verification. We have the double count verification, and eventually we kind of stopped all the bots, so we know almost exactly how many people are real and who are really communicating. And yeah, it really helped. And and again, it's amazing to see how community, how supportive they are when they see that we are trying to do this for them, right? And we always tell that to everybody in the community: community first, which is
Mhm.
very important. But talking about Web3 and with what's going on in the world and everything,
Mhm.
I think like nobody really cares. Like everybody is there as friends and just part of community, and we just have these games there. We enjoy talking to each other. We have almost every week we do this town hall, but we meet each other. I invite somebody from the community to talk as well, you know. So we kind of try to engage in many different ways with the community. Also, like we have this amazing Iranian community, right? Community from Iran, and we know what's going on now in Iran, and everybody's so supportive, like so supportive. And the Iranian people are amazing in our community. They're very friendly, very happy, and it just shows how much love there is in the community of Polana. So yeah, big shout out to everybody for supporting.
It's happy to know that uh, Polana have a happy community under the environment, like the the geopolitical tension everywhere. And also I think 2026 would possibly bring in the bear market. I think people are anxious everywhere, uh, so you are saying that Polana community, they are very happy. What are they talking about recently? And how? Yeah.
Well, the thing is, like, we don't really because they know that our updates are not like coming every week or every month, even because we what we are building takes a lot of time, and we cannot update them every week, every code that we write, right? So we just talk about usually about games and okay, I forgot to say this, but Boy created. It's like every time you give everything to Boy, yeah, do it, just do it. So Boy created this game. It's really amazing. He created this game. It's called Akasha Void. Um, and it's like you're in deep space and you are trying to it's like a kind of flying through the space, but also like market integrated. So you have to go to one planet, you go, let's say, to Solana planet, and you have to buy specific things and go to Polkadot planet and sell it there to make to make some points. So, but it's also a kind of test net of Polana itself a little bit. And it was great to see people engage, play the game, and know that it is not only playing the game, but also like supporting Polana with just testing specific things.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, I think creating a system, some games, and kicking off the bot, and will make the community members, uh, you know, uh, have their own focus. Instead of focusing some answers outside of this community. This is
I forgot to say one more thing.
mhm,
Sorry, I forgot to say one more thing. We have specific roles also in our community. We have the hype heralds who are like really focusing on X and really supporting Polano on X. So it's like a team of, let's say, 100 people who are like really pushing Polano on X. So thank you to them. But we also have like creative part of Polana where people who love creating with AI or creating just themselves with any design tools, they have a different role, and they are kind of so they're also like about 50 people of them. And what we decided to do as a community, we are now we want to tell stories about Polana, right? Like specific things and updates, which you have a blog, let's say, and you read the blog. But we wanted to do it differently. We started creating a comic book, each story of Polana. So we wanted to present it today, but we're not ready yet because Luke was crazy busy. He was really busy, I think. So we'll do that when we're all done. We'll give you the comic book so you can share it with anybody. But then you'll understand kind of like the process of like Boy, how he met with Luke, how it all started. So it's really fun way to understand the project.
Mm, okay. So a great way to get out of anxious about the bear market is to get busy on the Polana community. Okay, great system. Community is the foundation of a project, but tech is is also very important. Uh, so next part, let's move to the tech part, and Luke take part in. Luke took the most important part of the development, and the team has made a very important progress in the development, and there's a lot of technical concept. So could you walk us through uh, uh, your achievement, the achievement you've already made, the SVM, and how it works, and how it is different from the how it is unique in your way to creating it. So
All right. Hopefully, I won't get too technical. So, what's our objective really? Our objective is to take Solana virtual machine programs and to run them on PVM.
Mhm.
A more trivial, easier way to do it, a more common way to do it, would be to embed the Solana virtual machine inside PVM. That would mean that we have the PVM, we can think about it as the processor running. On top of it, it's running the SVM, and then the program, which is a smart contract, right? This has a technical advantage of being easier to implement, but a very clear disadvantage of being slower.
Mhm.
What we in Polana did instead is we translate. We translate the Solana compile bytecode. We translate it into native PVM instructions. We do it ahead of time. This way, we get to a position where we don't embed the SVM. The programs are they're native Polkadot bytecode, and they can run on any PVM.
Mhm.
So let me take you through a minimal proof of concept that we have.
Mhm.
Before we go there, I wanna explain that what I'm gonna show you is intentionally very simple. We're gonna show a tiny counter program. It's a Solana example program. All the program does, and all it's intended to do, is to take a counter in memory, which starts from 0, and to increment it to 1. The point is not to show here something complex. The point is just to show our transformation pipeline, how we can take a Solana program, in this case a simple one, transform it and run it on PVM, and to keep correctness.
Mhm.
So let me share my screen. Right. So what we have here, this counter solana.so, this is an artifact that normally in the Solana network, it would run directly on the SVM, or the Solana virtual machine. What we're going to do here, we're going to recompile it into a Polkadot binary. Then we're going to provide it with some input. Again, this input is a Solana native input, nothing we invented. It's very straightforward. It's some metadata over accounts, and it holds the counter, the 0. The point is, again, to show 0 goes to 1. That's all. First thing we do is compile elf. We take the counter Solana SO. This is the native of Solana, and we recompile it into Polkadot binary. Let's see it. There we have it. Counter.pvm. That's the Polkadot binary. Next thing we want to run it, right? So recompiler is our program. It can both compile and run, and behind the scene, it just uses a PVM implementation, which I happen to write it for a gem mixture project. Okay, so we have recompiler run. It takes the counter PVM, which is the native PVM we just recompiled. It takes the input, counter input.bin, and output to here. Let's run it. Okay, that's all. Now, as I said, this program is very simple, right? Its entire point in life is to just increment the counter. So let's look here. This command, what it does, it will show us the difference between the binary input and the binary output, which we just created. And that's it. Not visually very interesting, but all we have here, we can see here, it used to be 0, now it's 1. Okay. So, as I said, this is a very simple program, right? It doesn't do that much. But the point is, building on this basis, we can take in the future pretty much any Solana program and run it natively on PVM. The point here is that instead of doing virtualization, which is again taking the SVM and hosting it on top of the PVM, we recompile it to PVM. By doing so, we unlock a lot faster execution and the option to, in the future, optimize and tweak the bytecode that we create to continue and accelerate and make it more performant. This is something that will be very, very difficult to do in the more naive approach of hosting the Solana virtual machine on top of the Polkadot virtual machine.
Okay, cool. Even though I'm not I'm a non-tech savvy, I can understand the logic of it. You know,
let me give you.
Yeah.
Let me cut through the technical stuff and give a very, very clear example. Let's say you have a favorite PlayStation game, right? But you don't own a PlayStation. You own a Mac. Now, maybe you can look online to something that will emulate the PlayStation, run, and you on your Mac you will run the program that emulates the PlayStation, and then you will run your game. Okay, it will work. It will probably work, but it will be slower than a native PlayStation will run it, right? Now, what if instead you find a tool that takes the PlayStation game, the binary, and recompiles it into Mac? Now your Mac can run it directly. I think we can all understand that if the Mac runs it directly, it's going to be a lot more performant. That's basically it. That's the point.
Okay, great. No worries. After our conversation, we will summarize all our conversation into test. So if there are audience like me don't know much about tech, you can read our article. Okay, cool. So we already got this transpiler exist, and the next step is to bring developers. So how about you guys share about your strategies? Do you plan to attract the developers from dApps that already existing in Polana? You want them to migrate into Polana, or you want to attract some new developers to create something brand new, or you know, why would a developer choose Polana over EVM or PVM that's already on Polkadot Hub? So Boy or Luke, who wanna kick it off?
Boy?
Well, I'll kick it off. So Polana is going to be kind of another tool in the tool set, right, of a developer, right? And one of the fundamental differences is that it's going to be specifically written for the Jam protocol by people that actually implemented the whole Jam node from scratch, which means that the moment the Jam network will launch, there will be an immense amount of processing power for kind of decentralized secure compute available, which will be very cost effective. It will be very cheap in the beginning, because the jam protocol itself, when you have all the cores active, we're talking about almost let's say 682 megabytes a second of, let's say, bandwidth, which can be run over those cores. So there are use cases out there that would benefit from offloading certain types of compute. And the bizarre thing is, on the jam protocol, you could do even something crazy like secure video decoding or encoding, let's say, because it's capable of doing this on the Polana network, right? Of course, let's say there's a crazy thing to do on blockchain, of course, but let's say it shows you a little bit of, let's say, what's possible with the jam network once it's live. So let's say we don't know yet, of course, all the different use cases that will be found, right? But the moment, let's say, a Solana developer or the Solana dev or the Solana project needs storage, let's say, or it needs this compute, it now can actually use its own tooling to actually, like, say, go and build this on the Polana network, or it can even kind of offload compute from a smart contract on Solana on the Polana network without them actually even changing a line of code. You can think about entrepreneurs taking, let's say all the exchange code, right, which is deployed on the Solana, and just, let's say, pushing it towards the Polana network to develop on, right? Let's say probably because we have such an immense bandwidth in the beginning, let's say transactions will be even more cost effective than on Solana itself. Let's say there are two different challenges. Let's say somebody I know said it really well, and he said like jam is not really priced in yet, because it's something that's now being built, and let's say the amount of bandwidth, let's say we were going to get, it's just not, let's say, useless, or let's say people are not even thinking about doing something with that, right? But let's say the jam fundamental strategy is actually have this public resilient infrastructure, which can be used for many different things, right? Let's say so that's a little bit our strategy. We're going to build it. We're going to build it as fast as possible, as stable as possible, and let's say anybody, let's say with any creative ideas, can now build using their Solana tooling, using Solana wallets, using all the tools in the Solana ecosystem to actually deploy programs, let's say directly on the jam network, right? Which also gives access then to the whole jam ecosystem, but there's also still, let's say, in the future, of course, but once jam is live, then what you also will get is, let's say, multiple services running on the jam network, and they all share in the accumulation phase. They can coordinate, so it's actually, you can be part of the supercomputer, right, without actually learning a whole new tool set, right? So it actually unlocks the whole Solana ecosystem, right? So I can imagine, for example, because there are like kind of hackathons, also on the Web3 conferences, where people want to get, let's say, into the Polkadot ecosystem. And now, for example, if they already know, let's say, the Solana toolkit, they can just immediately start deploying and playing around with the Polkadot ecosystem through Polana. So there are many ways, let's say, in which this could be useful.
Okay. So firstly, keep it fast and stable. So Luke, do you hold the same idea, or do you have other opinions on that?
No, absolutely the same idea. So previously, when I talked, I said that we take the Solana binary. Now, this is a critical part, because this means that a developer of a Solana that knows how to use Solana tooling does not need to reinvent the wheel or change his workflow whatsoever. He can use the same tools And once the program is done, once his smart contract, whatever his project is done and gets compiled, instead of pushing it onto the Solana network, he can push it onto the Polana network. And the Polana network will natively translate it and run it on PVM in high speeds, which will unlock all that gem universe for that application, for that developer to use easily. That means a lot of bandwidth, a lot of CPU power. That means continuous execution that gem can provide, which other networks cannot. And the interface is seamless, just using the same exact tools.
Okay. It's like, in Web2 world, it's like, when developers in Solana migrating their dApps to Gem, it's like switching their 2G to 5G, right? The same applications, but will perform much better.
That's a good analogy, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and to add on to that, right, we also didn't cover the continuous compute. Yeah, and that's of course also kind of a game changer. Because on the Gem network, you can actually write a loop which runs forever. And so this will unlock all kinds of unique applications, which don't have to be activated, let's say, by a transaction. So you can do a whole new set of yield farming, right? Which is constantly online and checking every block, right? Can run logic, but also, let's say, logic which is very, let's say, complicated, right? Because you have this immense bandwidth of compute, which can get a lot of information from many sources to actually make decisions. So we don't know yet, because the gem is also such a unique new fundamental technology for this decentralized compute. So we're very curious to see what's going to be built on top of Polana.
Yeah, I think AI is kind of potentially a trend. dApps will build on Polana. It's just my assume, because when I attended the consensus in Hong Kong, I think 8% of the booths presenting at the conference are already project combining with AI. Any ideas are combining to AI. So very looking forward to that. Let's talk about another very important progress, which is GemZig, and it's the non-memory managed language. GemZig is the first implementation in a non-memory managed language to pass the Gem Milestone 1 conference test. So why are you bet on Zig? Could you take us through the journey, and how did you arrive at the choice, and what were the hardest moments along the way?
Yeah, because let's say thank you for the question. So first of all, I'm very happy that we passed, and Gem Elixir also passed. Let's say recently, the 1 million block imports was one of the criteria to kind of, let's say, get the M1 award. Let's say Zig was a bit of a risky choice because let's say, unlike, let's say, language like Rust, it has no memory, let's say, memory control. So if you work in that language, you have to be, every bit and byte has to be perfect, and every memory you allocate has to be kind of, let's say, freed, right? I would say, because otherwise, if you make one little mistake, like the whole thing will just collapse. And so Zig was not a language I knew before, I would say, but I wanted to learn it, and so I thought it was a very good combination to learn a complete new paradigm, or let's say, like programming language, while actually working, let's say, to implementing this Gem protocol node. And I must say, I'm really happy I made the choice, because Zig is a beautiful language. I learned, let's say, a lot while working in it, and really fun working in it, because you have absolute control of every little bit and byte, actually, let's say, what's happened, let's say, on your machine. And that's also cool because it also means, because it's a very fast language, they claim it's the fastest language out there, because you have this control over the low level, that that we're going to push it through, right? Let's say into the next milestones, and it will probably be one of the most performant implementations out there. Let's say because of the how do you call this, the amount of control you have, and that's also a little bit of the challenge. And I would love to have the Z community also a little bit more involved in this project, right? And so we get some other people also enjoying the fun of actually developing, let's say this let's say bleeding edge, let's say crypto technology, right, on Zig. But also, let's say, so Luke also just passed, let's say, so we're one of the first teams that actually managed to be kind of through the first test of the M1.
Yes, I didn't mention it much, but I'm also, along with a partner, Daniel, we are also one of the GEM competitors, and I'm also building one of the clients, one of the implementation. It's called Gemixir. We are doing it in Elixir, and that's really the background how me and Boy, how we know each other. That's what brought on the both of us involvement in Polana.
Yeah. It's also a nice thing to know, because let's say so Polkadot has this beautiful let's say palace they built for the academy, and so we were actually invited to visit. Let's say all the gem implements were invited to visit the palace. It's a beautiful building on top of a hill, and you're looking out over nature, right? And they're going to establish a big blockchain academy there, so to really push the values of the Web3 community inside, let's say, the new generation. And so that's actually also where, because they also have this let's say outside, and we were eating pizza, and let's say Kevin Wood was there as well, and we were always talking, and there actually the idea actually started to originate between me and Luke. So we said, like, well, we have this Solana community and we have this Polkadot community. You know, they both have their strengths. Why don't we merge them? And that's actually the genesis story, actually, of things. So in the Polkadot Academy, right? Let's say in a beautiful castle, let's say, or the palace of the academy, the idea was formulated.
Okay, it's a great background information to know. Uh, we already touched on, the community, the SVM, the Jamzik. So, could you share more to us? Where does Polana stand right now across the board? The transpiler, the Gem client, the bigger picture. Boy.
Yeah, so we touched on this a little bit before already. Yeah, so the bigger picture is it's public, resilient infrastructure with an immense bandwidth, which can be used for actually any blockchain out there. But we're focusing kind of on Solana, to bring Solana to let's say the Polkadot ecosystem, and to allow, let's say, this decentralized secure compute to be executed directly from the Solana network. And of course, let's say you can run continuous compute, right? So anybody that can, let's say, that needs that or sees extra value in that, has now a place to build this and deploy this and execute this in a continuous fashion on the Polkadot ecosystem. So we got the best infrastructure in the world, right? The best technology in the world, combined with, let's say the kind of a very good user interface, user experience, and we merge that. So that's actually kind of the position Polana is in.
Okay. Yeah, I can imagine the Solana devs, they move into the Polana, and it's very easy and very fast, and the user experience improves a lot. And also, I think it's not a dream that far away to fetch. It's very feasible. Okay. It's I think for to wrap up our conversation, the last part is that to talk about what you're gonna do in the following months. So what if there's a only single most important thing in the coming months? So what would it be? So I would invite 3 of you guys to share your thoughts on this. Who wanna kick it off?
Well, Marius, yeah, why not? Huh?
Yeah, well, yeah, from my side, of course, because I only focus on the community mainly, and mostly I am, how you call it? If I need something, I have to go to Boy. Like, can we do that and can we do this? Because eventually, if the community comes with brilliant ideas, and we kind of talk about these ideas with Boy, and we try to implement them. So it's like there's a lot to choose. So I cannot say like which way we're gonna go, what we're gonna focus on. But I'm what I'm sure of is that we are going to create more ways for our community to engage, because we are still building. Don't forget, we are at very start. We are very start. Even though we were building for 9 months now, we're still at very beginning. And eventually focus on building also the game of Acacia Void, and that's from my side to the community. And what Boy and Luke has to say in technical part, so I'll leave that to them.
Yeah,
Well, it's very
growing.
hard to name. It's very hard to name one thing, right? Yeah, you need to bring a couple of elements together, right? You need to bring the community, the people. You need to bring a product, something useful, and you need to bring the tech that powers it, right? So my side is to the tech that powers it. So what I've shown is a proof of concept, right? We need to develop this proof of concept and make sure that it can run any Solana program whatsoever, and make it and then do it fast, right? That's the engine that powers every product that is possible to follow after. So without the engine, there's no product. Without the product, nothing happens, and without the people to use the product, nothing happens. So we need all three.
Yes, makes sense. So
Yeah, and of course, let's say Jam is not even finished yet. So let's say we're now at 0.8 of the grade paper. And so let's say the nodes needs to be developed. That there's still going to be a test net. Let's say, so the work package builders need to be let's say built. So because we're so early, let's say, so we're actually developing against a product that is being developed. So we have to pivot a little bit, right? So say what we're going to make sure of is that all the infrastructure around it to actually execute these programs and run them, let's say, continuously on the Jam network, and all the infrastructure around that also, let's say, has to be ready the moment the first test net of Jam will be ready. So that's what we're actually focusing on. So we're following kind of development because we're both implementers of the Jam nodes, so we know exactly when that's going to happen, and then we're just going to launch on the test net once it's ready.
yeah, okay. Okay, very great picture to looking forward to. Okay, I think there's a tons of knowledge today. Uh, 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 I think we can call it an end for today. I think there are a lot of audience that are not technical background like me, so don't worry. Even though I'm trying my best to follow all of you guys, but I'm still missing a lot of the technical part. But we will summarize all our conversation into the context into an article and post it on our WeChat account. And after our conversation, and also we will have some highlight clip to for the second distribution. So if our audience missed our broadcast, we will still have the recap. And I think it's a very nice conversation for today, and it's really worth us to think in. So after that, we will work on that part. Okay, thank you for Maris, Luke, Boy Mass to be here today, and we are so excited about the picture that Polana is drawing for us, and we will absolutely keep an eye on you guys. And if there are more updates, and we are very happy that you guys can come back and join us again. And yeah, and I think thank you all guys. That's all for today. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a very nice
Thank
day.
you very much. And
Bye-bye.
thank you, community.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.